In this video we'll talk about a powerful feature of the control bar concerning where JavaScript that is used in the control bar is defined. So if we look at this component right now, we see a footer, and inside the footer we have some static text followed by the current date, which is rendered using a JavaScript function. So let's go take a look now at how this was defined. So we'll go into the control bar builder, and we can see that the control bar JavaScript has been defined at this object level. So there's three different levels at which the JavaScript in a control bar can be defined. First of all, you can define it using this first option here, defined specifically for this control. But what that means is that the JavaScript is defined over here, and if you were to copy this control bar control to another UX component, the JavaScript would be copied with it. However, at render time, when the control bars actually run, this JavaScript that is defined here is rendered as a global function. So that means that if you have two different control bars on the same UX and they both define the same function but with different function bodies, the second control bar will overwrite the definition of the first control bar's function, because those functions are being rendered in the global namespace. The same thing's true of this option over here. In this case, the JavaScript is defined at the UX component level, which means that it's defined at the same level as the JavaScript that's defined over here. And again, this JavaScript is rendered in the global namespace when the control bar is rendered. But this final option over here, this object, basically this means that these functions become methods of this control bar object. So if we go here, you can see we've defined a function called func1, and if we actually look at the generated JavaScript definition of this control bar, we'll see here that func1 is actually a method of the control bar. So basically, when you use this last technique over here by defining your JavaScript at this object level, then the JavaScript is a method of the control bar, and you would invoke it by using this dot and then func1 to invoke the object. So obviously this can only be done where this keyword refers to the control bar object. If this object doesn't refer to the control bar object, then you can still get a pointer to the control bar by using dialog.object.getPointer to get a pointer to the control bar, or get control. And then once you have a pointer to the control bar, you can just call the function here, func1, with the control bar object prefix. So now that we've defined a function in this object scope of the control bar, we can go now to items over here, and we see we have an HTML item. And if we look at the text in the item, we can see that we've got some static text followed by a template that calls that function. So the way in which you can reference this object from within the template so that the template expander can see that function is by using the scope, square bracket scope prefix. So by using curly bracket @ we've indicated that we want to call a function, and the function that we want to call is scope.func1. So that means that we're calling a function called func1 that is defined at the current scope of this control bar object. So the great benefit of defining JavaScript at this object level is that if you have two control bars on the same UX component and both control bars define a function called func1, but the actual definition of the two functions differs, the second control bar is not going to overwrite the definition of the first control bar's function. Thanks very much for watching.